Do you love giant monsters, epic battles, and hilarious comedy? If so, you will definitely enjoy Kaiju number 8, the hottest manga series right now. But what is Kaiju number 8 and why is it so popular? We'll tell you everything we know about this amazing manga and why you should read it. So let's get started. The manga is written and illustrated by Naoya Matsumoto, who previously worked as an assistant for Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach. It is his first original work as a manga author. The manga has been serialized for free on Shueisha's Shonen Jump Plus application and website since July 2020. It has been collected in 10 tankobon volumes as of August 2023, which media has licensed the series for English release in North America. An anime television series adaptation produced by Production IG is set to premiere in April 2024. The anime will feature the same cast and staff as the manga, with Matsumoto supervising the production. The anime will cover the first arc of the manga, which spans the first 5 volumes. The anime will be streamed exclusively on Crunchyroll, which has released an official trailer for the series. Before we dive deep to know more about Kaiju number 8, we should recap the previous sequels one by one because we should not miss anything from the previous ones. Kaiju number 1, also known as the Future Sight Kaiju, it was the first identified Kaiju to ever receive an ID number. After its death, it was turned into Numbers Weapon 1, currently used by 1st Division Captain Gen Narumi. It was a massive muscular kaiju with grey skin and multiple openings on its body, revealing numerous pink eyes with cross-shaped pupils. Kaiju number 2 was a powerful and prideful monster that attacked Sapporo in 1972 and was killed by the defense force. Its body was used to create a numbers weapon for Isao Shinomiya, a veteran captain who could unleash its energy and sonic attacks. Isao fought against Kafka Ibino, who was also a kaiju, and injured him severely. However, Kaiju number 9, a cunning and ruthless enemy, intervened and absorbed Kaiju number 2's power, offering it to join the kaiju side. Kaiju number 3 is a manga series by Naoya Matsumoto, serialized in Shonen Jump in 2024. It is about a world where giant monsters called Kaiju attack humanity and a defense force fights them. The protagonist is Kafka Ibino, a 32-year-old monster sweeper who dreams of joining the defense force. One day, he is infected by parasite Kaiju and gains the ability to transform into a humanoid monster dubbed Kaiju number 8 by the media. He decides to use his powers to become a monster hunter while hiding his identity from his friends and colleagues. Kaiju number 4 was an identified kaiju that could fly and had multiple sets of wings. It was killed by the defense force and turned into a weapon called Numbers Weapon 4. This weapon was used by Hikari Shinomiya, a 2nd Division captain who died in action. Her daughter, Kikoro Shinomiya, inherited the weapon from her. The weapon can create a suit that allows the user to fly and shoot beams. The weapon has also the memories of Hikari, who appears as a ghost to Kikoro. Kaiju number 4 is one of the numbers weapons which are made from the corpses of powerful kaiju. Kaiju number 5 was a massive kaiju that attacked Tokyo in 2022, causing widespread destruction and casualties. It was the first kaiju to show signs of intelligence and communication as it spoke to the defense force through a radio frequency. It claimed to be the leader of the kaiju and declared war on humanity. It also revealed that it had a connection to Kafka Ibino, the host of Kaiju number 8. It fought against the defense force including Mina Ashiro, Gen Narumi, and Isao Shinomiya. It was eventually killed by Kafka, who used his full kaiju power to pierce through its core. Kaiju number 5 was the strongest kaiju ever recorded until Kaiju number 9 appeared. Kaiju number 6 was a numbered kaiju that was neutralized by the defense force 10 years ago. It was also known as the King of Kaiju and was the center of various cataclysms that killed 2,000 defense force officers and 3 captains. Its corpse was converted into a weapon called Numbers Weapon 6, which Lino Ichikawa, a 4th Division officer, currently uses. The weapon can create a suit that allows the user to manipulate cold energy. Kaiju number 7 focuses on the adventures of Reino Ichikawa, a 4th Division officer, who uses Numbers Weapon 6, a suit made from the corpse of Kaiju number 7. Reino is a cheerful and optimistic person who loves kaiju and wants to befriend them. He often encounters various kaiju and tries to communicate with them, sometimes getting into trouble. He also has a crush on Kikoro Shinomiya, a 2nd Division officer who uses numbers weapon 4. Kaiju number 8 begins with a flashback of Kafka and his childhood friend Mina Ashiro, who witnessed their town being destroyed by a kaiju. They vow to join the defense force and fight kaiju together. However, only Mina succeeds, while Kafka fails multiple times and ends up working as a sweeper, cleaning up kaiju corpses. He is dissatisfied with his life and regrets giving up on his dreams. He meets Lino Ichikawa, an 18-year-old recruit who joins his cleaning room. Lino is enthusiastic and ambitious and reminds Kafka of his younger self. He also reveals that he is the son of a famous defense force captain who died in action. Lino encourages Kafka to try the defense force exam again, and Kafka agrees. On the day of the exam, Kafka and Lino encounter a flying kaiju that attacks them. Kafka saves Lino from being eaten but gets swallowed by the kaiju himself. Inside the kaiju, he finds a small talking parasite that forces its way into his mouth. Kafka manages to escape from kaiju but discovers that he has turned into a half-human, half-kaiju hybrid. He is shocked and terrified by his transformation, but he also feels a surge of power and excitement. He decides to use his new abilities to pass the exam and join the defense force, hoping to find a way to cure himself. He also names the parasite Kaiju number 9 and learns that it can communicate with him telepathically. Kafka arrives at the exam site, where he meets Mina, who is now the captain of the 3rd Division. She doesn't recognize him in his monster form and orders the defense force to capture him. Kafka fights back, using strength and speed to evade the officer. He also meets Kikoro Shinomiya, a 2nd Division officer who uses a weapon made from Kaiju number 4's corpse. She is the daughter of Hikari Shinomiya, an other captain who died in the same incident as Lino's father. She is arrogant and prideful and considers Kafka a threat, and she attacks him with her weapon, which can shoot beams and fly. Kafka manages to dodge her attacks and even injures her slightly. He then escapes from the exam site, using his kaiju power to create a hole in the wall. He is pursued by Gen Narumi, the captain of the 1st Division, who is the strongest and most famous officer in the defense force. He uses a weapon made from Kaiju number 6 corpse, which can manipulate cold energy. He catches up with Kafka and freezes him with his weapon. He then prepares to kill him, but Kafka breaks free from the ice and punches him in the face. He then reverts to his human form and passes out. Kafka wakes up in a secret facility where Soshiro Hoshina, the vice captain of the 3rd Division, interrogates him. He is also reunited with Lino, who is shocked to see him. Kafka explains his situation and asks for help. Hoshina is skeptical but decides to give him a chance. He tells him that he will be monitored and tested and that he will be allowed to join the defense force if he proves himself to be useful and loyal. He also warns him that he will be killed if he betrays them or causes trouble. Kafka agrees and becomes a member of the 3rd Division under the codename Kaiju number 8. He also meets Iharu Furuhashi, another officer who becomes his friend. He then begins his training and missions while keeping his identity secret from Mina and others. The story continues with Kafka's adventures as a monster hunter as he faces various kaiju and enemies. He also develops his relationship with Mina, Kikoru, Gen, and the other characters. He learns more about kaiju and discovers that they have a leader who is also Kaiju number 9's master. He also learns that he has a connection to the leader and that he is a part of a bigger plan. He struggles with his identity and morality as he wonders if he is still human or a monster. He also faces the risk of being exposed and hunted by the defense force, who consider him a dangerous anomaly. He tries to balance his duty and his dream while also protecting his friends and the world from the kaiju threat. So what do you think of Kaiju number 8? Won't you read it, or are you planning to read it? What are your favorite moments, characters and theories? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about your thoughts and opinions. And that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of my future videos, and stay tuned.